The creatures that live beside us today are quite fascinating. But many people forget the creatures that lived before us. Brace yourselves for another episode of Island of the Mesozoic. Many dinosaurs now on the island, finally finding their way to grass. There are lots who are doing this. Not just Tyler, who is healed enough for him to be able to walk this far, but also Track. And over there's a Stegosaurus who we'll call Salamander. But there are some who have yet to escape. Down there we can see Patch. And over there, a Spinosaurus named Fisher. After winter comes spring. So a lot of swamp creatures await here for rain, like Malone, Ryan, and of course, these adventurers, Sarcro, Scar, and Hunter. They need to return to the swamp pack soon. See how they've been going. But they haven't quite gotten the chance to return. And they'll have to wait. Although it may not look like it, these herbivores have found the area where they'll stay. The land is quite wet, meaning that the plants will stay and continue to grow. And on top of that, there are many plants. Plus, the carnivores are quite minimal around here. In fact, the only one that we've seen so far around here is leopard. Probably won't even stay, because he'd be insane to try to challenge them. So, he might even go elsewhere. Seems these herbivores have finally found the place where they can rest and stay for a long time. Here we see Victor, who's finally able to probably get food back for his pack. He's eating it, but also he must get ready to transport it for the pack. Or perhaps he'll bring the pack to it. But that doesn't seem like an option. He gets ready to bring it. He ran away, but right before he leaves, he looks up to see what the noise was. It was the sauropods. These majestic beasts had found a feeding ground. Pat says they'll stay here for the food and for the quite nicely wet ground of mud. Here we see the Utahraptors who are hunting a Dimetrodon. This one is quite slow, so the Utahraptors have the advantage and they go in. It's already dead at this point, but now they're just getting in on the meal. The Utahraptors finally have another successful hunt. It has been too long. They wouldn't have lived. They've been scavenging their food. Their last successful hunt was so long ago. At the beginning of the winter. So now they finally have another one. Here we see Bandit, who has found a perfect place for him to stay. It's got nice grass, some shade if ever it gets too hot, but also, once out of the shade, lots of sunlight. The only problem with it is it's too close to another dinosaur. Blade, and his tree that he lives on. His tree that is also shared with Crow, who has surprisingly survived. He looks for food, and then once he's done finding it, which he has, small little bug, he flies back. Here we see a young Triceratops all by itself. And as the food chain goes, that means it won't last very long. It tries to run, but it may be too late. Token and Core have gotten another kill. But far down, Euro has heard the cries and is running as far as she can. Euro's always been on her own. And that means she's always been vulnerable. We're surprised on how long she's last. All the way through the winter by herself. Here we see Felix. But he has seemed to come across the herbivore herd with a new member. Strag. Marcus is quite far from the herd as usual. But this time, that's not so good. They did not get a successful hunt, but they need to get out of there. It's unsure whether these herbivores will die or not. Their injuries may be fatal. Hadro goes to check if Lily is okay, which she is. Look quite scared and frightened. Come back next time on Island of the Mesozoic.